What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Dizcast, episode 2, with the lovely and talented Karen Colin.
Hi.
She plays Becky, one of the lead characters in DCG. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Becky?
Well, Becky and Cassandra, that's her sister, are trying to survive in this barbaric world.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, all I know is that she's a badass with a gun. Aside from that, you're gonna have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Figure out who she is.
Well,
She's
see, I was
cool.
just fixing to ask you, like, what's your favorite thing about Becky? Like, what's the part of Becky that you yourself can most relate to?
Me myself can most relate to.
Yeah.
I guess it's just her. I don't want to call her sweet. 'Cause she's not sweet, but like her innocence, her understanding of the world.
Yeah. I'd call her kind of sassy a little bit at
She
times.
is very sassy.
She's like sweet but sassy.
But I don't think that was how Becky was intended to be. I think that's just how Karen made her.
Yeah.
It's difficult to not be sassy on that set.
See, and I know you, so I know that is 100% accurate.
That is 100% Karen
100%,
showing up
yeah.
on her character.
So, this isn't your first movie with Emil either, is it?
No.
The Heist?
The Heist.
There you go. Yeah.
I was like, I know it's got a name to it. Hold on.
So, what did you do in The Heist?
So I played... Oh, I can't even remember what her name was.
It was just the girl, I think.
I think it was the girl.
Yeah.
She was supposed to have a name, and I don't think it ever came through.
It wasn't Becky.
It was not Becky.
It was not Becky.
It was maybe like Jennifer or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it, though. But, so it's just the girl who gets caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
This movie's out, so you can see it. She gets killed.
Ooh.
Brutally.
Yeah. Like, gut shot, doesn't she?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love it. She is also sassy because Karen is sassy.
So anything that you play, it's gonna be that person plus sassy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I think it makes it easier. Makes my characters memorable to myself.
So what was was there a different vibe between the two movies, like on set, like shooting the movies and all like that?
Yes. So I think Dead Community Guild was a lot more difficult to film because it was a lot longer than The Heist. So The Heist is a short film.
Yeah.
So I believe it's 10-ish minutes, give or take.
22.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm after 10 minutes, and so I've only seen the last. No, I'm just kidding. I've seen the whole thing.
Dang.
I know. Okay, so 22 minutes. So
it all starts to run together, doesn't it?
It's a lot shorter. Well, and also, I was only in one scene for that one. So
Yeah.
it was a matter of filming. I think just one day we got the whole scene filmed.
Yeah. So is that the only thing that made it hard? Is this there's more to do, or was
Well, and not just that. I was living in San Antonio when we filmed Dead Community Guild.
Yeah.
So on top of being down here for filming, it was an 8-hour drive to and from filming.
Oh God.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
So you're not living in San Antonio anymore?
I'm in New Braunfels now.
Oh, it's practically San Antonio.
Well, you don't tell New Braunfels people that.
Well, I mean, it's like literally like right there. I drove. Well, I didn't like drive through New Braunfels, but I drove past it, like the exit or whatever a lot. Well, no, I'm thinking of Bernie. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's
Practically San Antonio.
way different location.
Yeah, that's practically that's like San Antonio, but like Old West San Antonio. I don't know. It kind of has like this real small towny kind of.
It is
Main Street kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. Like I drove a truck through there. That was a pain in the ass.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
They're small.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm in New Braunfels now, which is a little further. So the drive's even longer now.
So that's New Braunfels is like almost smack dab between Austin and San Antonio, isn't it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of Bernie. I'm dumb. I don't even know Texas, and I've lived here my whole life.
I don't even know Texas, and I've lived here my whole life. Like, I still have to GPS my way around Amarillo, and I lived here for a good 23 years.
So what's the biggest difference between New Braunfels and San Antonio?
New Braunfels is just smaller. It's a lot more, like, in its roots.
Yeah.
So.
In its roots?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So like it's New Braunfels is like German,
Ah,
and so they got like Wurstfest in like November.
nice. Do they have Oktoberfest?
Probably.
Were you there in October?
Well, I was, but COVID kind
but
of ruined everything. So
not this year.
there weren't events happening.
Not this year in Texas.
Well, this year October was all about ACL Fest, Austin City Limits.
Oh, okay.
So I don't pay attention to what else is going on.
Well, if you ever had go to Oktoberfest, there's a lot of beer, big, huge beer steins and shit.
There was that and Wurstfest,
Oh,
and they're huge. Like,
yeah. Did you
except it was
have
cold,
you ever?
so
have
you
you
don't
ever,
even want to drink.
Have you ever drank beer out of the boot?
That sounds gross.
No, not like a literal boot. It's a glass that's shaped like a cowboy boot.
You had me waiting there for a second. You have questionable taste, sir.
What can I say?
No, I haven't gotten to drink
I like
out of a
boot
boot.
sweat beer.
I bet just give it a little salty taste.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Put anything in there, it tastes like Bud Light. But no, they have these. They're either glass or they'll have even like kind of, I don't know, ceramic ones or whatever. And you just chug out of that boot. But the way that the beer flows through the boot, if you're not careful, when you get to that last little bit, it'll pop up into the toe of the boot and come back and like splash you in the face and go down your throat and all kind of like with some force. So it's kind of like.
That sounds a little aggressive.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a Texas beer bong in a way. You know.
A Texas beer bong.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stick to a glass. Thank you.
Well, fine.
I don't like getting splashed in the face.
Do you prefer your glasses frosty?
I do.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But why?
They're
so cold.
That's what I like it. I need them as cold as my heart.
You haven't really drank beer until you've drank one that was rolling around in the bed of a pickup truck?
Oh, no, that's disgusting.
Until you can't even tell what the brand of beer is anymore.
Ew, why would you drink that?
Free beer.
I have boobs. I get free beer all the time.
I do too, and I never get free beer. Never.
Try putting them in a push-up bra.
I mean, I guess I could, but I think I don't make even an attractive male. I can only imagine what I'd make as a woman. Like,
we can make it happen.
Yeah?
I've got my makeup kit.
For real?
No.
Can't even help me get free beer. I see how you are. So, Dead Community Guild. Mm-hmm. The Heist. Mm-hmm. What other movies have you been in?
I worked one with Nick.
Not me, by the way.
Not this Nick.
Yeah.
Called Look, Feel, Touch, Door. I believe that one's in Vimeo.
Yeah.
Vimeo? Is that what the platform's called?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not making it up.
It's
right?
almost like YouTube, but
yes,
not.
But for like filmmakers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in that one too. I get killed in that one as well.
Wow.
This one's a lot more brutal. Y'all should watch it.
Yeah. Than The Heist.
The Heist.
I don't know.
Is The Heist online yet?
No. He's gonna do Blu-ray on it.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy a Blu-ray DVD
Absolutely.
player.
Yeah. I think he ought to try. Oh crap! There was a film platform that I saw, and I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it's specifically for like independent filmmakers, short films, shit like that. And I've been trying to, and it's kind of like a Netflix kind of deal.
I feel like I know what you're talking about. It's indie something.
I think. There's Indie Flicks also, but I can't remember. I found it on my Roku TV, but. Yeah. Emil, if you're watching this.
You should do it.
You should do it. Whatever it's called. Figure it out.
We got you this far. You can get there the rest of the way.
We let you know that it exists, so our part's done. So you drove back and forth all the time and stuff. Mm-hmm. How tired did that make you?
Well...
And you didn't drive back and forth like every day, did you? You just stayed
I would come down. There was one weekend I literally finished work at like 4 p.m. Drove from San Antonio, because I was still living in San Antonio at the time, to Dumas, which is like an 8.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to Dumas till about 2 in the morning.
Ooh.
And then once you get to the hotel, you've got to unpack. And then I had to shower. Didn't get to bed till about 4. And then was up at 6:30.
My shit would stay in my suitcase. For real.
It's just, you have to have, like, because I had the bag with, like, my costumes, so I had to set my costume out so it wouldn't be wrinkled. I had to make sure I brought everything.
It's a barbaric world. You can be a little wrinkled.
Oh, I was still looking good.
Yeah.
Just because it's a barbaric world does not give you the excuse to have wrinkles.
I guess.
A little
My guy was all wrinkled up.
Downy in a bottle with some water, spray it down, give it a good shake, you're done.
You know, that's how I get dog hair out of cars.
Really?
Same exact way. Little fabric
I
softener.
shouldn't have to.
And then I've got this little pumice stone looking deal that I run down the carpet, and it just pulls it all
It's
up.
like, I need to take this tip down, but my dogs are hypoallergenic, so.
So just get some that doesn't have any dyes or any perfumes or anything.
No, I'm trying to say my dogs don't shed.
Oh, are they naked?
No, they're hypoallergenic. They don't shed.
Well, I know, but how do they not shed? They have fur, don't they?
But it's more like human hair than it is like dog hair. Like, they don't have to shed. Shih Tzus.
Are you sure you don't have some little baby humans?
They are treated like baby humans. Like, I have a feeling when I have children, they're not going to be treated this well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up, Karen.
Like, I've got a car seat for each of them. They've got 7 beds in my house, 8 beds now. They just got another one for Christmas.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I'm going to have a child that's going to have one crib.
What are the dogs' names?
So I've got Spencer Reed.
Uh-huh.
He was named off of the character from Criminal Minds.
Okay.
And then the other one is Max. And it's just Max, but his nicknames are all longer than his actual name. So he's called Maximus, Maximiliano, Maximus Prime.
Wow. Okay.
So.
Now, what was the hardest part? Well, okay. The hardest day.
Back to the...
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Driving. So, anyways, where was I? Oh, so I get to bed finally around 3 in the morning, 3-ish, and I have to be up at 6:30 to do hair and makeup because call time is like 8.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then, obviously, I don't know what I was thinking when I was like, Becky's going to have really cute curly hair. No. Next character I'm doing, she's wearing pajamas and her hair's up in a ponytail. Like, easiest costume I can find.
You know, that was exactly my, inspiration for my costume. Just a black shirt, some blue jeans, and a vest. And a bald head.
Love it. A smart choice.
Next time, do a bald head.
Bald head.
Totally.
So I had to get up. It takes me about an hour and a half to curl my hair. And just because you had to leave it really tight because then throughout the day, it falls down.
Yeah.
And so by the time we got to filming, her hair would be, my hair would be set down. But yeah. Anyways, we filmed up until 7 or 8 that evening. And then we had to drive from Dumas to, was it Shamrock?
I wasn't there during that part of it.
Okay, I think it was Shamrock, though, to get the next day's filming done.
Yeah.
So we drove to Shamrock, and it's, I want to say, an hour and a half away.
Oh, at least. From Dumas?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe 2.
I don't know if it's that far.
Well, but we were driving, at night, and it's, dirt roads, so we're worried about hitting, deer or hogs a thing in Texas. Can you hit those in the road?
There's not so many of them up here now. Down where you're at,
there's
the fucking things are everywhere. But.
So we were, the speed limit was supposed to be 75, but I think we were all driving 65 because on top of being tired because we're out in the sun all day, we don't want to hit an animal.
So this was during the summertime, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were some hot-ass days, weren't there?
Mm-hmm. And so we drove to Shamrock, got there, unloaded our cars in the hotel, had to shower, and then we got together, of course, to, have a meeting of, how did the day go and then what we need to get tomorrow done.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get to bed till about 2 that day.
Damn.
And then, of course, woke up again at, 7:30. I think they pushed the call time to, 9.
Yeah.
Woke up at 7:30, filmed from 9 to about 2 p.m.-ish. And then I drove, finished filming. I think I changed my shoes and my shirt because the shirt Becky's wearing is a crop top.
Yeah.
And I obviously don't want to get down in a gas station wearing a little tiny crop top. So I think I changed my shoes and my shirt and jumped on my car and I drove back to San Antonio. Didn't get there till about 11.
Oh, God.
Showered, went to bed, and I was at work at 7:30.
And they wonder why
Monday
actors
morning.
get hooked on cocaine. Like, for real.
Like, there was a brief second I was like, maybe.
Try to do some, like, Tide Pods or something.
Luckily, I don't know any, like, people that, like,
Oh, you don't know Sanchez on the block and shit?
I don't.
He's got that good shit.
I don't. You'll have to give me his number, but yeah. So I survived that weekend off of, like, Red Bulls.
Yeah. Your heart's going to explode. You know that?
But the film's going to be badass.
But then we're going to have to make a whole in memoriam at the end, and that's a big pain.
That just kills the vibe, too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, totally.
Emil just needs to finish it,
Yeah.
before this happens.
Yeah, we've been, like, hard at work on post. I've been doing some stuff in post, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All the times you said, "Oh, we'll fix it in post."
You're fixing it in post?
Well, Emil mostly, but I'm throwing a little stuff in here and there.
So with you fixing stuff in post, do you have something we can see?
I think we do have a clip.
Oh.
Y'all want to see a clip?
Yes.
You want to see a clip?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go then.
Go.
Don't cry, Cassandra. Please. Why do we keep doing this? Moving from place to place, trying to survive. Wouldn't it be easier if we just gave up?
Don't you ever say that, Becky. You hear me? You can't give up. You have to survive. I know you might be tired and angry right now. I know, I am too. But that doesn't give you the right to give up. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
It's emotional.
So there was a little tear jerking going on there.
There was a lot more tears, but this is probably like take 9 or 10 at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, the dusty panhandle, so the tears are probably dried up at this point.
Yeah. And that was out at Lake Meredith, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were, like, trying to watch out for snakes and all kinds of fun stuff out there.
Well, and then it's rocky as heck.
Oh, yeah. And I remember by the last few takes, it was starting to get hot as hell out there.
Yes, y'all.
Like,
we had to keep
super
going
hot.
Underneath, like, the
umbrellas.
The umbrellas.
Yeah. So you wouldn't get sunburned but from take to take. Yeah, that was a... And then, shit, we filmed... Did we film more after that day? Like, I think we went into Dumas and filmed more stuff, didn't we? That day? I can't remember.
Yes.
I can't remember what... I think we did the stuff by the bar.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's when we went to the bar.
Or that motel or whatever, that little...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some long-ass days.
There were some long-ass days. But you know what? There is nothing I'd rather do, in all honesty.
Oh, and the performances look badass.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we look good.
Yeah.
Taylor's a hot babe.
Oh, yeah.
110%.
So, I've always wondered this. How in the hell do you cry on camera?
This is going to be super, super cheesy.
Yeah.
My go-to is Dead Puppies.
Oh, my God.
So, like, Marley and Me,
Yeah.
just think about that movie, ballin'.
Really?
Yes. Anything where a dog has to die, like the movie.
Old Yeller.
Oh, no, you don't say that.
Are you going to cry on camera right now?
No, it's okay. I'll hold it. I'm wearing mascara. I can't.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That would actually be terrible.
It's just black running down.
We're like, all right, so this is Carolyn Manson. Sorry.
So like I'll think of like Marley and Me or something like that, and it'll like you can't kill animals. They're innocent.
Yeah.
How do you let them die like that in a movie?
I don't know.
It's heartbreaking.
You know that they're not really dying, right?
Well, but they are.
No, they're not.
Well, in the movie they are.
I mean, yeah, maybe in the movie, but.
And so yeah, that's.
You've seen that whole deal at the bottom that says, no animals were harmed
In
during
the
the making of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't know how they do it on some, because they got these like in westerns, right? They'll sit there and they'll have a horse like rear up and flip over and fall down and all this crap. How do you do that and not fuck up that horse?
I know.
Like,
I
those
know.
have to be some highly trained horses, stunt horses.
As a person, I don't think I could ever work with an animal on set.
Yeah.
I'd be like, listen, if I'm hot, I can only imagine how that poor animal feels.
Yeah, but they're kind of used to it though. Like
It's
they're
fine.
made for it better than we are.
My dogs live in like an air conditioned,
Well, mine does too. But
so my dog would not be fine.
but your dogs are long haired though, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they don't do real well with heat. And it stays hot down there pretty much, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. So anytime we go out, we have to go out after like 8 p.m. The sun has set.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Sounds like Las Vegas,
Everything's better at night.
I guess. Have you ever been to Vegas?
No,
What?
not yet.
I lived there for like a month. It was wild.
I bet. Did you get any sleep?
Oh, yeah, I got sleep. My first day there, just driving in my car in a parking lot of the Orleans Casino. Like, I'd met this girl online before I moved there. And then I was like, hey, we should meet up. I just got into town, all this kind of stuff, you know?
You didn't move for the girl, did you?
No.
Okay.
I was moving to Vegas and trying to meet people before
Just
I got there.
making sure.
Yeah, no.
I'd walk over and smack you.
No.
Up beside that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Disney don't play that.
Okay.
But but yeah, so I was gonna go meet up with her. I didn't know the town yet because I'd literally just got there like the day before. And down the road from the little extended stay hotel thingy I was staying at was the Orleans Casino. I was like, hey, just meet me here. So I'm driving through the parking lot, and it was right off of Tropicana Avenue, and there's like this little grass hill that comes down, right? Mm-hmm. And coming strolling down that hill in some like fucking high hills that were about 20 feet tall comes a hooker. Yeah. And I was sitting there at the time I was driving a Mustang as a convertible and stuff, and I'm driving through the parking lot trying to find a spot to park. And I ended up back over there, and she said, hey, baby. And I was like, oh, God. Hi. And then she says, you want some company? I was like, I appreciate it. I'm actually meeting somebody here. And she sticks her cooter right in my face. I'm talking bare cooter. Just like lifts her skirt up, bare cooter right here. She says, you sure you don't want none of this? That was my first day in Vegas. And every day after it was just like that.
I've always wanted to do
Yeah.
one of those suicide trips where you fly in on a red eye and fly out on a red eye.
Ooh.
Just
You're trying to get the hangover going on. aren't you?
24 hours.
So I can't remember I think it was crap. I can't remember which comedian it was. Does a bit on going to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegas is like, do you want candy and ice cream and cake and alcohol all day, every day? And originally you're like, fuck yeah. And then after about a week, you're like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to throw up.
That's what I said. 24
Yeah.
hours of just
Yeah.
go hard, go
But-
home.
Yeah, after I lived there for about a month, it got to where like me and a buddy of mine that moved there also would just go walking up and down Fremont Street, you know, like underneath that big old canopy deal, and just checking out the street performers, crap like that, you know. And I found myself just having conversations just like this with hookers all over the place, just talking to them like they'll originally come up to you and be like, hey, and all this, you know, and you just say, I'm a local, and they're like, oh, okay, well, and they completely drop the whole facade and everything, and then they just talk to you like you're a person. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's Vegas. So if you ever go to Vegas, go to
Hookers.
Fremont. No, just go to
Oh.
Fremont. Like that would be my main tip to you. The Strip is cool.
Overdone.
But well, I mean, it's played out. You know, I mean, it's beautiful to see the first couple of times you walk down it and kind of go into those huge casinos and all this. But the fun is on Fremont. It's kind of a happy little freak show, almost like Austin, but with casinos.
But we can.
You know, they've got street performers, people busking, people doing like all kinds of. They have one dude that's just standing there in a loincloth with like a big old bulge in the front, and he calls himself Conan the Barbarian. He charges like $5 to take a picture with him, that kind of stuff. And they have people like singing karaoke, playing guitar, like whatever, you know. And then you have showgirls and all that, you know.
Sounds like a good time.
It is. And then they've got all these stages around there too, where they have like a band that's an 80s tribute band, like, you know, 80s pop, like B-52s, shit like that. Then they'll have one that's more like 90s pop. And they'll have like an 80s hair metal band. And then they'll have, I think like a modern poppy kind of, there's like all kinds of cover bands. I mean, and these stages are big, like good sized stages, full sound systems, all this kind of crap, all the way down the street.
I need to make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
You should.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'll watch.
And then just don't go there during AVN. That's the adult video, like convention and stuff. Try to avoid any convention really, because they like triple the price of all the hotels and stuff around there.
Oh, I bet.
It's even like $300 a night to stay in a Motel 6.
Ew.
During those things. So, yeah. Tip number 2.
Noted.
Yeah. So how many films have you been in?
5, 6-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
I started acting like film right as soon as I got out of high school.
What'd you do? What did you do before that? Like what kind of acting?
Theater.
Really? You're a theater nerd.
I am.
Yeah.
I am a theater nerd.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I'd love to go back to theater.
Really? Mm-hmm. So, do you like theater better or do you like film better?
It's a mix in between both. I love theater because you get to become one with this character during rehearsals.
Yeah.
So it's anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months that you're creating this character, and you get to work on this character, and you get to try something different every single time for this character and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And then with film, you get the script, you read through it, you kind of figure out who the character is, and then you start filming.
Yeah.
And you especially with something like Emil's, where it's Kodak film, which is, from what I'm understanding now, expensive.
Oh yeah.
And so
even right now, I think it's like $50 a roll, and each roll is only 2 minutes.
you can't sit there and be like, oh, I want to try this with this character,
Yeah.
or I want to try this with this character.
That's why I keep on telling Emil, digital.
So you figure out what works for the character, and then you film it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like-
So you don't feel like you get to know the character that much though?
You don't get to experiment as much.
Yeah.
In film, once you figure out what works for the character, that's kind of what you stick with.
Yeah.
And then the performance is recorded, so that's it.
Yeah.
With theater, like once you've practiced and you've figured out this scene works with this and that scene works with that, then you get your performances, and none of the performances are going to be the same. So something different happens with each performance, and so
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a thrill to each of them that the other
Okay.
doesn't
Have
have.
you ever done anything like episodic, like kind of like a TV type thing or anything like that? Or
No, I'd love to.
I would too, because that's where you really start to, yeah. I hear from a lot of television actors that they're like, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like they'll spend, say, 7 seasons being this one character, right? Getting to know that character in and out, all the little developments and their backstory. I mean, there a lot of shows even show into their childhood, and
Yeah.
so I mean they kind of get lost in that person. You know what I mean? And then you get to the end of the series, they cancel it, they finish up the series, and they go into a bad depression because they feel like that character's dead now. You know what I mean? Like
Well, and that happens with
Yeah.
theater too. Like you miss your character.
yeah. So what's the character you miss the most as far as
Probably
theater?
the one I played last,
Yeah.
which was Izzy in Seminar.
Really?
Because she was the complete opposite of the person I am.
Really? In what ways?
So, full disclosure, like Izzy is a sex-driven girl.
Yeah.
She's confident in her
And this was
body.
high school?
No, this was after high school.
Okay, I was gonna say they're shooting porns in high school.
No, this was through Amarillo Little Theater, so I was a full-grown adult. But Izzy just goes up and flashes her boobs.
What?
Oh, yeah.
So you had to flash your boobs?
I did flash my boobs.
What?
And it was a decision made. So literally the entire time we'd been rehearsing this,
Yeah.
I had been lifting up my shirt, but like I would leave my bra on.
Yeah.
My director text. So it was me And then the 2 other characters in the scene that was like, I was like, it's going to affect y'all too. But he texts me and he's like, hey, I know you've been practicing it this way. I respect if you want to keep it that way. But I feel like your character is confident enough with her body that she would lift her shirt up. And I was like, you're right. She would.
Yeah.
Texted my other co-actors and I was like, I do want to be respectful of y'all as well because y'all are on the stage with me. Y'all are going to be affected by this as well. How do y'all feel if I just go ahead and lift everything? They're like, oh, if you're comfortable with it, like, we're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So, like, the day of the show, I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Sure enough.
Now, don't you think you could have got like a little bit more of a genuine shock factor from him if you'd just been like, woo?
Well, we are professional actors, so.
Yeah, but you can't beat that genuine, like, what the fuck? You know,
Well, and it's written in the script. Like, we knew it was there.
oh, well,
So.
yeah. But you've
but-
been practicing it so long the other way.
True.
So
But-
it'd have been like, boobies.
So, yeah. I would never do that in public on my own.
Yeah.
Izzy was like, go for it.
Izzy sounds like a maniac.
Izzy was a fun time.
Yeah. I've never, and what's it called again?
Seminar.
Seminar.
I've got the DVD.
Really?
Yes.
Of your actual performance?
Yeah.
We don't have it here to show you folks. Sorry. No boobies.
I wouldn't show it even if I did.
So,
It's a really good script. It's about 4 writers who were taking a seminar class with a professor who was an extraordinary writer, and he's a hard ass. And so these 4 characters, in a different way, are trying to manipulate him to like their stuff. And
so Izzy's like, I'm just going to use the boobies.
Izzy uses her full body.
Really? Booty and everything?
Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
And
Bad
so
Izzy.
I loved it. I got to experience a whole part of me that I would have never done so otherwise.
So are you more kind of shy and reserved?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm shy and reserved, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't put my tits out, like, you know.
Not,
Out in the
not
world.
even at a Motley Crue concert?
Nope.
Come on, Karen. It's the crew.
Anything for the crew.
Yeah. Yeah. Catch Tommy Lee's attention, you know? He'd be like,
So, yeah,
yeah.
she was a good one.
So, do you have anything else in the works coming up, acting-wise?
No.
No, not even theater?
Not yet. Well, I've thought about auditioning again.
Yeah.
It's just, it's time commitment.
Well, yeah, but it's worth it.
Oh, and it definitely is.
Yeah.
But it gets to the point in your life where you're like, but I want to explore. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to go out and have dinner with friends, or like, I live super close to Austin.
Yeah.
So just being like, oh, let me go down for the weekend and see what's happening, or it's Austin, so there's something always happening.
Yeah.
And just to be like, well, I can't because I have rehearsals, or
Yeah, but still.
I don't know.
I would do it. I've actually been thinking about auditioning for some stuff here at the Little Theater,
You should.
but I just don't know because theatrical acting and film acting
Two very
are
different things.
Yeah, you have to over exaggerate theatrically.
That's my thing too.
You know
I
what
don't
I
know
mean?
if I could go back to theater acting because the last time I did that was 2017,
Well, that hadn't been that long ago.
and it's been forever and a half ago.
Yeah,
And then all I've done since then is film
yeah.
or like commercial work,
Well, just whatever you're doing in film, do it more.
10 times more.
Yeah.
And then don't forget, like film, you've got the mic like somewhere around you, or you're dubbing stuff.
Yeah.
I have to go back to projecting, and you were struggling with my mic sounds now. Like, just imagine the struggle it is.
Well, I
in
mean, also
theater
that's a
and-
shitty mic, so
trying to-
you know, like, I'm sorry.
Oh, you poor baby.
But yeah, I mean, on set was no problem at all. You know,
It's
like
just-
you projected just fine.
I was speaking in my normal voice,
Well, there you go. See?
but in theater you have to be like. So, who knows? We'll think about it.
Yeah.
I know this season in New Braunfels is opening up here soon.
We got some good stuff coming up at ALT also,
I know. I saw.
but you'd have to drive 8 hours
Mm-hmm.
to come up here and do rehearsals and stuff. That might be a little. Now, do they usually only do like one performance and that's it, or?
No, they do. Ours was like 2 weekends. So like Friday,
really?
Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
On 2 different weekends?
Uh-huh.
So 8 performances?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know math. I'm good at math.
Well, ours was 7 because one of them ended up being on like Easter weekend.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right to perform that on a Sunday.
No boobies for the Easter bunny?
No.
Wow. Poor Easter bunny. So back to DCG and stuff. Traveling back and forth. Like the weekend, you remember that long weekend we filmed, right? Like
There were several of those, homeboy.
Well,
so
okay,
you're gonna
so
have to be a little more
the
specific.
weekend after we decided it needed to be a feature-length film. The one where, well, I was there. I wasn't there on the other long weekends. I was there on this long weekend, though. Remember? It was the same one with the lake.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
There was the lake. There was the road. There was the last day where, like, every other day it had been, like, 160 degrees, and then that day it decided to be, like, 40.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got so sick that weekend.
Did you?
Oh, I did.
Oh, from what?
I could probably, I don't know, a mixture of being tired, being out in the cold, and then the
Yeah.
heat.
Well, then it was, like, really wet, too.
I got the
remember
flu.
that. Did you? Mm-hmm. Sure it wasn't the vid?
Well, the vid wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
We started
We did that in 2022.
We started pre-vid and decided pre-vid that we were going to make it full length. And
No,
then,
that was we decided during vid, because I was driving truck at the beginning of COVID, and then whenever I quit driving truck and could do
this has
filming
been going
again-
on for so long. I don't even
Yeah.
have the timeline straight.
Well, and that's what fucked everything up was because COVID, and so that kind of knocked out filming for a good chunk of time. Thanks, COVID, piece of shit. But but yeah, it was that was a long freaking weekend. And then after y'all left, I still had to film more.
Ew.
Yeah, I had to actually film my parts.
Well, I'm going to be
with the
completely
dudes.
honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what all happens in the movie anymore. Because at one point, the boys were supposed to be the leads.
Yeah, back when it was short. Yeah.
Back when it was short. And then
And then
Emil
then
was
it-
like, but the girls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to have girls.
And,
You know.
well, and I don't know if it was like, because we're cuter. Probably. I want to say it was.
Well, people always.
To like boost my self-esteem. I say that's the reason.
We're gonna say it's 2 reasons. Y'all are way cuter.
Well, and then I think
and
it
it's a
ended
lot
up,
easier to emotionally connect with a girl.
I was
in a
going to
movie,
say, I
yeah.
think he wanted to make it a little more emotional than what
Yeah.
he normally films.
Yeah.
And it had just ended up being a girl's film after all.
Yeah. Well, not really not like a girls film, but
No, but like,
not like rom-com, but
no, I meant like
yeah.
the girls' film. Like it's
yeah.
the girls
Yeah.
for the main event.
Yeah. And I think y'all did great. Y'all did real good.
So like the
Like-
first poster we have is like mainly the guys, and then the last poster he showed us, it's like my face plastered all big next to Taylor's face, also plastered real big.
Next to Eric Roberts.
Next to
plastered.
extra, yeah,
All big.
all big.
Yeah. So now see you get to say that you're big on a poster with Eric Roberts.
I know. I'm
Isn't that
excited
awesome?
to like see it in the
Oh,
movie
dude.
theater in
Yeah.
the screen.
In the little
Yeah.
holder thingy.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll do that.
Well,
Sure, I hope so. I sure as hell hope so.
text him right now and tell him he better.
Well, he's on a plane. Well, he's in California.
He'll get it when he lands.
Speaking of posters, we have somebody that won the contest on Facebook. So we're gonna sign a poster for Alora.
I entered
Over
that, and
on
I'm a little
Facebook.
sad I didn't win.
Well, change your name to Alora, and
And it can be mine.
and it can totally be yours.
I actually, he gave me like 5.
That's what I've got 2 of them, I think. Yeah, one signed and one not signed. But yeah, so you want to go ahead and do that?
We'll do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna sign this poster here. Karen's gonna sign it for Elora, and yeah, our winner of our Facebook contest.
Doesn't even feel right to sign it. I don't want to ruin it.
What?
I know.
All right. And I think he wanted me to sign it too for whatever reason.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't sign it by your face, can you?
I can't because my face isn't on there. I know, isn't that messed up? We'll sign it on the gun because that's my gun.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Truth be told, if you were to put my gun, like the one I used on set, between any other guns, I wouldn't recognize it.
Really?
I was terrified
There are
of
a
that
couple of
thing.
them that are very similar.
I was
Like,
terrified.
Very, very similar.
Terrified of that thing.
All right, so we are going to roll this baby back up. Be very careful with it here. Yeah. Let's put it back over in the poster spot. Cool.
Woohoo.
So, Alora,
Congratulations.
congratulations. Your poster's on its way soonish. As soon as Emil gets back from California, so.
And then Taylor has to sign it too, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her on. We're trying to get the schedules worked out, but she's out of town also. So everybody's doing stuff but us. Well, this is your stuff. to
Technically,
do.
I'm out of town.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's doing stuff but me. So I'll be out of town tomorrow, but that'll be because I'm driving a truck.
Fun
So,
stuff. Fun stuff.
Yeah. Very fun. Not. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? I almost died last week. Last week.
What'd you do?
So I used to drive overnight,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this was my last straw on driving overnight. But so between Shamrock and the Oklahoma State border, like right on I-40,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's that like it's kind of a steep-ish bar ditch, you know, in the middle, like the median and stuff.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I've ever gone that far out. But you
Oh
go.
my God.
You go, girl.
Oh, but anyway, so I was shit. I was driving, right? And there was this truck driving in the right-hand lane. He was going 55, 60 miles an hour is all. So I go out to go past him, and as I'm passing him, this dude just starts coming over to my lane. So I lay on my horn, and he just comes over like nothing, like he can't hear me or whatever. I don't know if he fell asleep or what. But dude, smooth ass ran me off into the median I had 76,000 pounds behind me, right? So I sit there and like go down in that bar ditch, and the trailer starts
Flipping.
Yeah, it started tipping over on like just one side. So I had to like ride that momentum down to the center where it was kind of flat, get it straightened back out, and then go back up onto the road all slow. It was bad. And I hit that grass and shit at 70 miles an hour.
That's scary.
Yeah. You know, when you're really heavy like that, you tend to sink. So it just said, like it just sunk down into it and stuff. And I mean, it sunk down so far, you know, like the little landing gears on the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
There was dirt and grass and all kinds of shit just caked up on it where it just kind of plowed through that shit. It was bad.
I'm terrified of semis. Like if I see a semi near me, like I'll try to pass it and get away from it.
That's good. You know why? For one thing, that I just told you, because there's dumbasses that fall asleep.
Well, and especially in like the Texas Panhandle, I don't know when that wind's gonna tip y'all over. No offense, but like I don't want to be caught in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
If y'all
Also,
need to
if
maneuver
you're next
something-
to a like if you're next to a truck and you're going along and shit, and they have a tire blowout.
Oh, it makes a mess. I've seen those
They're-
chunks fly.
There have been people decapitated in their car.
Yeah. So
Because those pieces of rubber, those are a couple 100 pounds, and it comes flying off, and it's all steel belted and all that shit. So it comes off as one piece. It'll fly through your windshield and just
yeah.
Straight,
I
like,
pass semis. I'm like y'all.
straight Marie Antoinette your ass.
I'm gonna let y'all have the road.
We pay for it anyways. Bet you didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah. The fuel taxes and crap that trucking companies pay
Look at
for
me.
like 90% of the roads.
Educating myself
I
right here.
know. This is a Diz education. But yeah, so I think that's about going to cover it, man. Thank you for coming in.
This was fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I hope we get to work together again.
I hope so too. Emil said I could be in his next film, and I'm holding him to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If
I'm
he
gonna-
makes me audition, though, I might just be like, ugh, No.
Just
I've already worked.
you gotta
twice.
flip the hair and be like, oh.
You should know better than this.
Yeah.
I can do it. I'm just kidding. I would audition
I think
for
the next one
one
we're gonna do, like he and I are gonna write it together, so it's gonna be a joint project. And
That kind of terrifies me.
what?
If people could see what we do on set,
What?
just the sarcasticness
Well,
of
that's not
everything.
gonna. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's probably gonna have parts of that in it, but it'll be fun.
It's gonna be inappropriate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe I don't want to be in this next film.
No, it won't be inappropriate. I promise. Pinky swear.
I'm holding you to it.
Mostly not inappropriate.
I want to read the script.
I'll throw something in there just for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All righty, Karen. Well, we will see you next time.
See ya.
And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.